What's up, everybody? It's your girl Kiwan, and I am back with the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 16, episode 16, Chicken and Waffles. So, y'all, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm smiling for a reason, and I will share this with y'all one day. But today, I just want to give y'all this review. So before I start, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video that I drop. Y'all make sure we are liking the video so y'all know I gotta stay in the algorithm of things. You heard me? In my New Orleans voice, okay? Now, I'm gonna say this. This video was thoroughly entertaining. I mean, this episode was thoroughly entertaining. I might have an unpopular opinion about the pills, portions, and abortions. Okay, unpopular, but y'all don't beat me up. Do not nail me to the cross. Okay, just kindly put your thoughts and your comments down below in the comment section. Okay, okay. So, I'm sorry. So the episode starts with Shamia. She's with her daughters at the doctor's office. And production asks her, why is Shia so greasy? Girl, why do you have Shia so greasy? It is hot in Atlanta. Okay? This is not gay Paris. This is hot Georgia. Shout out to Medea. Alright. So we find out that Shiloh has been doing better since she got back from Grenada. To me, it sounds very convenient because as long as you was gone, Shia was very sick. And now that you're back, she's better. I'm glad baby girl is better. And this is not me discounting baby girl's sickness, Shiloh's sickness. This is just me feeling like his put 20 on 10. Okay. So Shamia have strep throat and she's afraid that Shiloh may have it. But Shamia, why don't you have on a mask? Especially if you know how easy Shiloh can get sick just by being around people. But you're walking around without a mask. Even though you've taken your antibiotics, you still need to have on a mask. I'm sorry, listen, I'm no nurse. I'm not a medical person. I'm not in a medical field. But I would say that it would be safe for you to wear a mask. I don't know. I'm just saying. Okay. She's still talking about giving Gerald a son. And I was like, girl, why? Girl, you have all of this stuff going on with Shiloh. You still have to deal with Shia yourself. You have to be a wife. Girl, like, what are you going to do with another baby? Okay? Listen, I don't know already. Listen, for anybody who do not know, I cannot have any more kids. I am 42 years old, okay? Well, listen, my tubes are clipped and burned. Let's just say that. It's been clipped and burned for 19 years, okay? And so, I don't want any more kids. I'm sorry. I can't be with somebody who says they want to have kids and they want to have babies. No, that's not who I am. So, you know what? This review ain't about me. This segment is about Shamia and her wanting to have another kid for her husband. Girl, bye. Anyway, y'all, Shiloh is negative for strep. That is a good thing. We love to hear that. So in the next scene, we see Phaedra. And so we find out that Dylan is working on his pants line. And apparently, Phaedra, of course, she's still Morticia Adams working at Willie Watkins. And she still do Reiki. Now, let me just say this, okay? I've always wanted to do a Reiki session. I have a friend who does Reiki. But I really do want to have an actual Reiki session. So I was on the phone with my cousin and she was like, girl, if you want a Reiki session, ask Phaedra. Girl, please. Okay? And listen, she gonna watch this video and she gonna call me and laugh. Ma'am, she couldn't give me Reiki if Jesus told her to. Okay? So this again, I always say this review not about me, but I do want to do a Reiki session and I really want a reading, but I'm very skeptical on who gives me a reading, just like I'm skeptical on people who can prophesy over me. That's just who I am. Um, I'm very open minded now when it comes to religion and different things, but not trusting to where I'm allowing everybody. People, a lot of people can't pray over me. So I don't know. I just wanted to say that. I don't know why, but let's just keep it moving. So, um, Phaedra and Apollo are good co-parents, which is really good because I really just got tired of seeing Apollo like talk about this lady. Like, I don't know. I just don't want to see him on the screen no more. I don't want to hear about him. We just done with Apollo, okay? So one day, Phaedra tells us that Dylan wanted to buy some Wiley cargo pants, but they didn't have him in his size, and I want to say probably because he's really short. Um, and so Phaedra invested in her son by buying him a sewing kit so he can make his own. And so from then on, he started creating his own pants. And I was like, listen, you may not like Phaedra, y'all. Y'all may not like Phaedra, but you gotta respect her as a mom, as a businesswoman, as a woman who goes out and work and do all the things. Like, I can respect Phaedra for all of those things, and yeah, those are the parts of Phaedra that I actually like. So Dylan is actually gonna showcase his pants along with the furs that's at Phaedra's. I think she got some type of pop-up shop or something, and that was actually shown on Married to Medicine as well. We didn't get too much into that, but she did show her shop and all of that. So there's gonna be a fashion show, but they're gonna show the fur that they're selling as well as Dylan's they're gonna showcase Dylan's pants, which I was here for. Phaedra is a good mom, I will say that. In the next scene, y'all, we see Kelly on her. Let me say this: I've been giving Kelly the respect of just calling her Kelly. If y'all notice, I have not called her fake ass Kelly, aka Lil Kim. Okay, I'm gonna continue to call her Kelly until the season is up. All right. So Kelly is on her way to the hearing. She says, that she wants a new beginning. She wants to start all over. She wants her life back. And after the hearing, because y'all know the cameras couldn't go in there, so it lasted for like 4 hours. And she said that it was a shit show. She gets home. She talks to Lamont, and she tells us that she's not divorced, and they had to file a continuance. So then Shamia comes over to visit Kelly just to check on her to see how she's doing. Y'all know how that goes. So she tells Shamia she's not divorced and that his whack ass went to jail for child support. Y'all, when I tell y'all, at this point I would never call him by his name, not on my video, not on my channel. Because he don't get that from me. Like, you don't get that respect from me. You will sit here and carry this lady and drag her to hell because she's probably divorcing you because you was terrible to her. Like, you're a terrible person, and whatever you get is what you get, and you cannot throw a fit. Anyway, so Angela calls Kelly, checks on her. She lets Angela know what's happening. She gives her the status, the same thing she told Shamia. She tells Angela. So we're in this moment, we're gonna act like Kelly hasn't been telling Shamia that she still haven't been talking to Britt. So Shamia just so happened to ask on camera, "Oh, when was the last time have you talked to Britt?" She was like, no, she hadn't talked to Britt since Grenada. And Kelly is disappointed because she feel like Britt hasn't been there for her. Well, I could have said that. Britt is the type of person that is very self-absorbed, and Britt is about Britt. And yeah, it doesn't make it right because you should have shown up for your friend. Whether y'all at odds or not, you still should have shown up for your friend. Period. And so, Phaedra actually, in the next scene, we see what Phaedra invited the ladies to her fashion show. She sent out little gifts. Y'all know how Phaedra do. She sends out gifts and stuff for everybody to it's for everybody to come to the fashion show. So in the next scene, there is a, is it William Sonoma or Sonoma William? Yeah, so over at the Williams Sonoma event, Charles, Angela, Kelly, Phaedra, Drew, they're all there at a cooking class. Kelly has been, apparently, she's been doing their cooking class for like 7 years. And she said she invited those ladies because she wanted to get to know them on a deeper level. And for me, it's because you chose to fight with those ladies instead of actually getting to know them. You started to fight with them on behalf of your friends. So now, you now all of a sudden just all this time want to go ahead and get to know them. Cause you were sure acting like you ain't had no damn brain. Okay? You could have been got to know these ladies. Like, to me, this is piss poor and it's BS. I'm sorry. I would have told her to take her raggedy ass chicken and waffles and shove it. Cause she fake too. Okay, y'all know how I feel about Kelly, and y'all know I don't see it for Kelly, but I will take up for her when necessary. Okay, so Charles and Kelly is having a cook-off. They ask her, they start their little cook-off or whatever, and then Kelly goes over to the ladies and have a conversation with them, and they ask her, Angela. Y'all know Angela always like to get it popping, and ask her about Britt. So what I noticed, Kelly didn't directly talk about Britt. She just kind of lied and was like, me and Britt, we're very, very best friends or something, she said. And so this was my other thing. So in this moment, you can take up for Britt with these ladies, but then when you're with Shamia, you can throw Britt under the bus. That's what I'm talking about. That's that fake ass I be talking about, okay? But I'm just going to leave it alone. I told y'all this was going to be a little unpopular. Okay? Anyway, so over at Britt's house, Portia and what's her name? Cynthia, they're invited over to Britt's house. And she said she was going to take Phaedra's advice. She's going to get to know Portia on a deeper level again. The only reason y'all are trying to now know these ladies on a different level because y'all are at odds, and production probably told y'all, okay, now y'all need to get to know these ladies, because y'all done picked on these ladies and tried to fight with these ladies throughout the season. Let's just call a thing a thing. Anyway, Britt tells the ladies that her and Kelly have been having a little situation. Kelly does not want her team working with Britt anymore. So Britt said that the stylists are working with Shamia now. And I see that. I didn't know. Now, if that is true, then Kelly, you really are a fake ass. So, okay? Girl, you phony ass. Okay? So Britt tells Portia that Shamia is talking about her. And this is my whole personal opinion on that. Because Kelly, I just need Kelly to tell Britt you don't want to be her friend no more since you done snugged up with since you friends with Shamia. And since Britt is pissed off because Shamia done took her spot, now your messy ass is trying to put more fire between Portia and Shamia. Like, that shit is fake as fuck too. And that's why sorry. That's why y'all friends, because both of y'all phony. Okay? Right there. That's why the both of y'all was was good of friends, because both of y'all was fake and phony. Now you trying to throw gasoline on Shamia and Portia's whatever pieces of friendship they have left. Because let's call it thing a thing, because low key you mad about Britt. I mean, you mad about Kelly and Shamia being friends. And again, I could be wrong, but I'm like Angela, my spidey senses are tingling and something telling me that I'm not wrong, okay? So, we get back over to the Sonoma event. And some whack dude come walking up to Angela talking about, can I talk to you without the cameras being on? He said, your husband has been in my restaurant. So Angela was like, I don't really know you like that. Angela handled it well. So he said he seen Charles at his restaurant. And so I was like, okay, if it's given production invited him, he must have said something to somebody, and somebody put a bug in production ear, and they want to bring him onto the show. That shit is messy. That is messy. So Kelly went to go cheers with these people, and the guy said, yes, cheers if your husband's name is Charles and he's cheating on you. And I was like, what? And rightfully so, he got escorted out by security, as he should have. So Phaedra said it's a sin to get in other people's business. And so Kelly said she tells everybody that she doesn't know the guy. Now, I kind of do believe Kelly. I believe her. And I saw on Twitter where people were saying that they think Phaedra did it, but for some reason, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. So, we see Britt Dog is in heat, okay? Portia, I'm sorry, not Portia. What's her name? Phaedra. Phaedra called Portia just so she can commit a sin. And when I tell y'all Phaedra gonna bust hell wide open, she gonna be laid to rest by Willie Watkins, and then she gonna bust hell wide open, okay? Because she said it's a sin. Baby, you just committed a sin, so now you calling them being messy. She said, I got some tea. And said some man went up to Angela and told him that Charles was cheating. And I'm glad that Charles didn't hear it. Portia said, well, did he throw some rice on him or something about some hot rice being thrown on his man? I was like, my Lord. Phaedra, no. And so they, have their little discussion about that. So in the next scene, we get to Phaedra's event. She wants everybody to show up on time. And then Portia calls her to let her know. Y'all remember Londi, that Londi passed away. I liked Londi. If y'all watch Portia Family Matters, Londi was on Portia's ass. Like, she was. And in that moment while Portia was talking to Phaedra, I really felt bad for her. This is also where you really understand that Portia and Shamia's friendship is at a complete flop. Because this is something she probably would call not Phaedra, she would call Shamia about, but she did not. But Shamia took it in stride. She didn't trip, or nothing like that. I'm just pointing it out that I have to find out from her and not from you. But again, none of that was said. That's just me pointing it out. So Angela tells the ladies about the guy. Apparently his name is Marcus from, I guess, Twitter. His name is Marcus. And Drew arrives. Y'all know Drew's 15 minutes late. And Drew wanted Phaedra to know. No, I'm sorry. Drew was late, but she couldn't get in because Phaedra locked the doors. And we gonna talk about that too. So Britt, she walks up, speaks to everybody. She spoke to Kelly. Kelly didn't speak to her. So I guess since she in front of her little friend, she just decided she didn't want to speak. Kelly, if you have a problem with Britt, you need to voice that. And Britt, you need to learn how to be more considerate when it comes to your friend. Did you not know she had a hearing, or did you actually forget? Because sometimes people do forget. Like, there are some people, I can't remember everything. If I don't see it, I don't remember it. Sometimes I can't remember something that happened yesterday. Y'all, listen, I don't know what's happening, but I hope I'm not getting a touch of nothing, okay? I just don't always remember everything. But not to the point where some things are truly important, and there are times where I actually do forget. And I will, when I remember, I immediately be on the horn and be like, hey, did I miss this? Or, I'm sorry, it's just a way of doing things. So, at this point, Britt still thinks that Kelly's pissed off about this Glam Squad situation. But she's pissed off about the Glam Squad situation, but she's now pissed off to this court hearing that you didn't show up. Like, not that you had to show up there, but you didn't show up for her. You didn't check on her. You didn't send her anything. And she's been showing up for you. Now, again, if you showed up for her and you meant that, then that's where it starts and that's where it stops. Understand, you're not going to always get you out of anybody else. I just want to point that out. So Drew still outside. Girl, it's hot. She got on all that black and all that leather. And she told Phaedra, she said she called Phaedra and told Phaedra she was running late. Not only did she tell Phaedra that she was running late, but she told her she was in traffic, showed her the traffic and everything, just so y'all can stop saying that my girl be lying. Okay? So I felt like Phaedra did that shit on purpose. And you didn't let her in on purpose. But if it was Portia out there and was running late, you would have opened the door for her. And I'm just gonna keep it all the way above. It just depended on who it is. So I get it. You know, things supposed to start on time, but it was all this ruckus and fighting going on. And maybe it was timing, because maybe when the fashion show actually started, that's when Drew arrived. So it is what it is. Anyway, apparently the guy was paid to talk to Angela, and they're trying to figure out who paid him to tell Angela this information. So when I watched Watch What Happens Live, Angela said that they found out who paid him to say something. So apparently we're gonna find this out next week. So I'm assuming it's the guy that came into the one that Charles was about to fight. I guess whatever Charles gonna get on next week, he might have been the one who paid the dude to come talk to Angela and them. Or was that the same dude? Was that the dude Marcus? I don't know. But Kelly and Britt get into it. Meanwhile, again, maybe it's timing for me. But meanwhile, y'all have my girl Drew outside drenching in hot Georgia, okay? And she had to get a piece of chicken from this big fine police officer. Drew, I don't know why. You should have got a piece of chicken, and you should have got his damn phone number, okay? And you should have had him picking you up and swinging you every which way but loose, okay? Shout out to Rodney the Voice, okay? Because I love him. Anyway, I'm just saying, you should have just not only got, chicken. You should have got you should have, and I know you know the 911 number. You should have got the precinct number. You should have got his beeper number. Girl, you should have got his phone number. Girl, you should have got his social media handles, all of it, okay? Because he sure look a whole lot better than Ralphie boy, okay? And never mind. Did the man have a ring? We saying all this, but did he have a ring on his finger? Now, if he had a ring on his finger, Drew, no. But if homeboy didn't have no ring on his finger, baby, you should have been like, call me Almedy, okay? So, y'all, okay, so this whole debacle between Kelly and Britt. Kelly told Britt that she called out her pill popping roommate. So apparently that husband of hers is popping pills. So Britt said, well, let's talk about your bullshit you had with your husband. And baby, why she said that? Because Kelly got mad. When I tell y'all, her voice went from soprano to octane. Is that a voice? Is that a sound? Okay, I don't know. The music people, I don't know. Y'all tell me. Baby, that voice went from here to here. She was pissed. And Kelly said, at least I can have a kid. You can't have no kids. Baby, when Mad Day come, the people will spill your tea, okay? So Britt called her a habit. And everybody tell Britt that she was wrong. First of all, y'all not finna play in my motherfucking face and tell this lady that, not in my face, but in her face, and tell her that she wrong. Did y'all tell Kelly she was wrong for calling her husband a pill popping roommate? Whether you knew that or not, Kelly started it, Britt finished it. Once again, the people gotta take up for Britt in this episode. And everybody wanna be sensitive because it's abortions. And so they then tell her, well, if you didn't like what Kenya did to you, then you shouldn't have said that. Hold up. Because where was all this smoke for Britt when she was talking about pow pows and all of this stuff at the first episode. Y'all didn't have that conversation with her. But then y'all want to correct, what's her name? Y'all want to correct Kenya for responding. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm sorry. Y'all can miss me with what they call that, the correction police. Okay. So Kelly said in her confessional that it was her body, her choice, and she said her tube's been tied. So if your tube's been tied and you didn't have an abortion, why you saying your body, your choice? You did. If you did, you did. If you did it, you did it. Then say you did it. And then again, you ain't even gotta say you did it. Meanwhile, y'all still got my girl Drew outside. Okay? Let me remind y'all, it is hot in Georgia. Okay? So as the fashion show starts, y'all can hear Drew tapping on the door, girl. Y'all better stop playing with Drew, okay? Then y'all remember Derek Blanks? Derek Blanks was taking their photos, I want to say, in like the second or third season, when he was doing them alter ego photo shoots for them. Y'all, Derek Blanks was smaller then. Baby, Derek Blanks is fine as a mother. Y'all know he's the photographer in Atlanta. Like, best there is. Anyway, Phaedra decided she wanted to let everybody in because I guess they was on an intermission, I guess. And she let Letitia, aka Sweet Tea, hey friend, and Drew come on in. And again, I feel like you did that because they're probably not your most favorable people. Because depending on who it was, you wouldn't have let them sit outside. And I stand on that. So Phaedra gathered all the girls and let them know that Portia said she wasn't showing. She didn't come because her cousin Londi passed away. Shamia took it hard because y'all know Shamia knows Londi. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. Shamia knows Londi. And, you know, it's not just, oh, I know her from around. She been knowing Londi for years. And I guess this is probably where you really understand that their friendship was not at the best of the best, because she told Phaedra. But I think, again, when you are grieving, you don't really think about a whole bunch of people to call. Like, you're not just sitting here thinking, let me call this person, because you're still in shock about the person, you know, about your family member or whomever, you know, the person close to you has passed away. So I will give Portia that. And I felt bad for Shamia. I felt bad for Portia. And I send out all of my prayers to Portia and her family. And I really liked Londi. I really thought she was a sweet girl. But yeah, that was a lot. This episode to me was pretty okay. It was good. I think this next episode is the last. I think. I don't want to tell no tale, but I think it's the last episode. Anyway, this where the episode ended. I will see y'all in the next video. Okay. Bye.